there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking love and marriage, Huntsville. You guys know why you are here today. We are talking some Money Making Mel edition and her defending the MELOMETERS. So let's talk about it. So a couple of things. So Mel has some more products from 7th Avenue Beauty that are going to be coming out that she kind of previewed. It kind of looked like the scrubs might be blueberry and orange. Hopefully it's kind of what it was giving. I'm wondering too if she might do some body oils too. I'm hoping that she does in the products that she's been putting out for her body care items. She was doing a TikTok live promoting, I believe, the cleanser and the moisturizer. So I am hoping that she is doing more TikTok lives over there so she can have more exposure over there and open up a new audience of customers that can also purchase her items from TikTok. Because I have noticed as well that regarding TikTok shop, that your stuff comes, sometimes your stuff comes quickly or quicker than ordering it originally on the person's website. And a lot of times too, they'll offer additional discounts as well, just an FYI. But also, with that being said, Mel had also, this was a few days ago, had previewed some new music. So we're going to be getting some new music, and I believe she's going to be performing coming up soon as well. So Mel's booked and busy, right? So we're not concerned about that because that's not going to change. But the focus is, you know, obviously, whenever things go wrong amongst the cast and the people associated with the cast, you know, for some reason, one person gets blamed or one fan base gets blamed. What am I talking about? You already know. As you know, Mel is shouting out the MELOMETERS and the chess pieces and everything else, is that whenever something goes bad for somebody, right? Whether it's a lawsuit, their business is shut down, a cheating expose, a show maybe getting canceled, or a show no longer getting ratings anymore, whatever it is, whether or not somebody's business is really closed or not, or whatever type of, you know, gotcha, now you see it, now you don't type of behavior is taking place, for some reason, the MELOMETERS are getting all this power, you guys. The MELOMETERS have all this power, apparently, to dictate everything that goes right and wrong in everyone else's lives as it pertains to the cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I'm just trying to make it make sense because a lot of us have never met these people before. We've never seen these people before outside of their TV shows and when they do their Instagram or TikTok lives. So on what planet do we have all of this power to shut all these people down? I'm just trying to make it make sense. Here's the thing, you guys. It's called living life. It is called living life. And when you live life a certain way, and for those of you who are religious, for those of you who believe in God and all the things, you understand what it means to be blessed. You understand what it means to bless others. You understand what it means to sin or to be a sinner. And if you have sinned, we've all sinned, right? To ask for forgiveness, to try not to do that sin again or sins again, and trying to live a righteous life. But none of us are perfect. None of us, you know, think that we're perfect. There's some people who do, and that's on them. But none of us are perfect people. There's only, those of you who are religious, there's only one person who's perfect, and that's God, right? If we're going to keep it a buck for what it is, right? But to try to make it seem like we have godlike powers to, you know, bestow all of this negativity onto others or bestow all this bad luck onto others with $1 million judgments and $5 million lawsuits and people alleging threesomes and all of the things, that has nothing to do with us. That has nothing to do with any of us. It is not my fault that people want to come out and speak and quote unquote expose something. It is not your fault that people are getting bad reviews. It is not anybody's fault that people are getting shut down. Other than the people who are supposed business owners, other than the people who are supposed multimillionaires. See, here's the thing. Had the real tea been shown on the show,
besides everybody just latching on to all of the issues between Mel and Martel's marriage and just deciding that they were going to tear down this black family while ignoring the real issues that were taking place in their marriages, we would be having a different conversation today. We would be having a conversation celebrating all the things that are taking place with the cast members that are doing something. Like today, like Stormy releasing her 11 body drops or whatever, and did a live on TikTok, and all of the things. We would be celebrating other things that have got going on. I believe Nell is going to be a keynote speaker at Black with a QUE, if it's open, in June, a part of some panel of other black women, but for some reason Mel's not included. So make it make sense. But we could talk about all of those things, right? But we understand the history. We understand these are the same people that had no problem being quiet when all of these bad things were happening to Mel. When the cheating was exposed, when the mistress wanted to reveal herself, when Martel is doing all of these unhinged, lives and Instagram messages and comments and trying to provoke his ex-wife and trying to provoke a response from her. And this was even leading up to the divorce. And we're still, 3-4 years post that, and we still have shenanigans taking place. And at this point, like Mel said, the MELOMETERS like her because of her authenticity. At this point, you're not a Mel fan. Oh, I feel sorry for her. Oh, I was cheated on. No. We're beyond that now. We're beyond that, because if you only liked Mel for that, you would have been gone years ago. Right? Because there would have been nothing else. You related to the cheating and boom, it's done, right? But like Mel said, those of you who support her, those of you who are with her, you have like-minded qualities like her with the chess pieces. A lot of you have more than one job. A lot of you are leaders in your own right. A lot of you stand on business. A lot of you are critical thinkers. A lot of you are educated or giving other people the education. A lot of you are successful. A lot of you have a lot of positive things going for you and a lot of support from family and friends. And Mel, I think somebody caught astray when Mel said that she didn't need 20 friends. She didn't need 20 people to be in her circle for her to make things pop. That she's good doing things solo dolo. She's good doing things by herself. She's a movement by herself. She was raised as an only child. This whole thing that she needs somebody is completely and utterly blasphemous. But again, this is the mentality of people who were raised to think that you are nothing without a man. That you are not going to become anything unless you're married to somebody, that you can't do anything for yourself. And I feel like we've reverted to old times where women had zero rights to do anything, right? And we're just seen as homemakers, because what are we talking about in 2024? But this is the problem when the mentality has been put out there that Mel needed Martel. And the mentality, the false narrative was put out there that all of the money, all of the success that they had was because of Martel, because he's considered the head of the household, the male figure in the family, and the provider. But we all know that was completely fake news. Because look who's thriving, look who's making more millions now than ever than their marriage, and look who is stuck wearing tracksuits. And grasping at straws, trying to find any type of penny to rub together to make ends meet, people. Look at the difference. Look at the contrast, right? And so it shook people, because your mentality, when you're conditioned and you're programmed to think, oh, you're not going to be anything without being somebody's spouse, and then that person levels up without the spouse, you're shook, because you're like, well, wait a minute. What happened? I thought Martel was a good man, Savannah. No. That is how you get bamboozled. And so you're so stuck in that mentality that you're going to stay in marriages and relationships and situationships that are not going to serve you, because you do not have the confidence or the self-esteem to do better or to want better for yourself. And that's why you're mad at Mel. And that's why you're mad at people who support Mel. And then also the question was asked, although Mel couldn't really speak to filming because they're still filming season 7, of course, but what is the take if anybody tries to call out the MELOMETERS, whether it's amongst the cast or production or whoever? That was one of the fans' questions. And Mel was like, listen, if anybody tries to come for the MELOMETERS, I'm going to defend them. I am never going to shade the MELOMETERS or come at them or disrespect them or any of the things, because I'm going to give them the education. I am going to remind them of the receipts and the history as to why the MELOMETERS are strong as ever today and why they formed and activated in the first place. So again, you got to stop taking out everything and trying to look for somebody to blame and look back at the fingers that are pointing back to yourself and asking yourself why you have hate in your heart, why you have so much negativity in your heart. It's not a hate or a bash thing. There's a difference between having an opinion, calling it out, and presenting the facts and presenting the receipts. The problem is the people who want to hide and want to protect the lies and the scandals in the closet, and they don't want that exposed. They only want Mel's, secrets exposed or alleged secrets exposed. They only want her business out in the streets, right? And they don't care if it comes from Martel or the mistress or whoever. But the moment that it focuses on them, now it's a problem. Now there needs to be lawsuits and people need to be shut up and people's channels need to be striked. No. Keep the same energy. Where have you been the past 6 seasons? Living under a rock? Laughing at somebody else's demise? Doing little smirks? Calling people dark souls and all of the things? Sticking your mom on people to fight your battles? Moms that are a fan that just hated Mel from, the start and didn't even interact with her, just hated her based off of social media content. Like, it's nuts. But Mel shut it down and said, listen, I am not going to be coming for no MELOMETERS who are going to be defending me, who are going to be supporting me when they were there for me when you were not. And then Mel spilled a little bit of tea as well, when she said that there are people who complain and shout and have breakdowns whenever Mel's stuff sells out, whenever money-making Mel is in surplus, which appears to be all the time these days. That they cannot handle seeing all this success that Mel has, and it bothers them. It bothers them to the point that, either this was, again, things that were programmed from Martel or production or the powers that be, and now that they see, obviously, that Martel filled their head or whoever else filled their head with the wrong notions, with the wrong ideas, with the wrong interpretations of who was really running things in this marriage, now they're shook. Now they don't know what to do. And that's the other thing Mel said. She said, you cannot destroy a fan base. You cannot tear down the MELOMETERS. Here's the thing. If anybody who was claiming to be a MELOMETER and is truly an op, they'll be exposed or have already been exposed, people, because a true MELOMETER is not going to partake in any shenanigans that is going to make Mel look bad, right? They're not going to, be a clout chaser. They're not going to pretend to befriend Mel or people on her team to try to absorb any type of knowledge or try to get a bag off of her and then disappear off into the bushes somewhere after they feel like they've used what they can out of Mel. No. Those aren't MELOMETERS. Those are fake people. Those are frauds. Those are people who are two-faced. So that's a whole different category. The actual MELOMETERS are not bullying anybody. The actual Mel supporters are not wasting time on these people. They report the facts and they go back to business. They go back to handling their own business. But see, people can't handle that, right? Because for some reason, people want people's bank information. People want to find out where people live. People want to dox people and find out their real names and all this other stuff. And it's like, for what? For what? Is OWN not paying that much? Is OWN not paying that much? Is OWN paying less than YouTube that you have nothing but time to be on people's YouTube channels all day and assess their thumbnails and their comments and what they're saying in the videos? Like I said a million times over, if you do not like anything negative being said about you, do not be on reality TV. Do not sign up for reality TV. And you should know, because it says in your contract that you cannot dictate how you're going to be portrayed or whether or not the fans are going to receive you. But even with that being said, even let's say you get a bad edit, you still have social media platforms and other avenues to show your real self. Which is what Mel did when they tried to give her negative edits on the show and tried to make her look like, oh, nobody likes Mel. Mel doesn't have any friends. Oh, Mel cheated. Mel did this. Blah, 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 blah. But we all knew that was a lie. We all knew those scenes were set up to make Mel look a certain way, to make Mel look like she was upset or she was triggered or she was bitter or whatever. We know all of that because we see Mel on a regular basis on a live on Instagram or wherever, being her authentic self with the people, explaining any type of scenes or anything that was weird on the show or things that were not edited for us to see in the episode to give proper context to things. And everything Mel has said has checked out. The problem is people don't want to hear the truth. And so as a result of that, they get in their feelings and they try to, get revenge. But ultimately, these takedown attempts have not been successful. There have been a few people who unfortunately fell for the bait, fell for the trap, and are anti-discussing love and marriage Huntsville altogether. There are a few people who got exposed of being fake MELOMETERS, posing as MELOMETERS until they got a certain level of followers and are then showed their behinds. But as far as everybody else has been united, right? But still, people try to infiltrate. People still try to drop little nuggets of certain people to discuss, to bring attention to themselves. So that way they're in the news too. And people just need to be mindful that they're doing that because they're jealous of the attention and the amount of people that discuss Melody Shari Rogers and all of the things that she is going on a regular basis. And they get a certain type of way when you do not talk about them at all. It's so wild because it's like they get mad if they don't like what you say about them, right? They get mad, but then they also get mad if you don't talk about them at all. If Mel gets too much support, like it's very weird behavior. But she basically confirmed that there are some cast members, which we know, that are in their feelings. And she didn't specifically mention her ex because there's no relationship there, right? But we all know who the haters are. And that's everyone else. So there's that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.